my channel. Happy Saturday. Today I am here to complete my May calendar page. I really like this month's page. I think it's super cute with the bike and the really pretty flowers. It's definitely giving May to me. I don't know why. Like April showers bring May flowers type of thing. So we're going to be working on my calendar page. I will see how much I can get done while I talk about the topic that I want to talk about. And then usually what I'll do is I will go off camera. I'll finish any of the areas that I wasn't able to, and then I will come back and I will show you the finished calendar page. So in these monthly calendar videos, I like to talk about books, which is something that tends to go over fairly well. A lot of you and then a lot of people in the diamond painting community tend to be readers. So I like to talk about the books that I want to read in that next month. So we're going to be completing May's calendar page. So I will be talking to you guys about the books that I want to read in May. Now, some of these books will be duplicates because I did not read everything that I said I was going to read in April. Towards a little bit closer to the end of the month, I will go through all of the books that I read in the month of April. That is when I work on my monthly mini dazzle. So if you are interested in what I did finish or what I did read this month, that'll be later next week. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the books that I hope to read. It's a mix of new releases and just books that I have either seen on Kindle or older books that I have picked up. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. I will make sure to have the covers of the books that I'm talking about on the right side of the screen. So if this looks a little bit off, like it's not centered, that's because I squish the frame to the left so I can put the book cover on the right. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start with the new releases that I have my eye on for the month of May. Oh, but before I do that, my pen is from C'est Plus Beau à Tour. I know that's not right. This used to be like the pen shop to buy diamond painting pens from, and I was fortunate enough to pick up a few of them. I don't even know if this company still makes diamond painting pens. I feel like I have such a huge collection of pens that I just really haven't bought anything in a long time. So let me know if they're still open and making pens, and are they as hard to get pens from as they used to be, because it used to be so difficult. And then for my trays, I have both sizes of the diamondart tray available. I'm just using pink wax, and I think that's it. So for new releases that I'm hoping to read in May, the first one is Riding the High by Paisley Hope. This is book 3 in her, I think it's called the Silver Pines series. Spoiler alert, I read the first 2 books in that series this month. So I'm up to date. I knew that one was coming out towards the beginning of May, if I'm not mistaken. So I did want to get caught up. I do own the first 2 books, so I do plan to pick up the third one in the series, and I am very excited for the third one in the series. I'm trying to remember. I know it's one of the brothers, I think. Am I wrong? I think it's one of the brothers that the book is about, and I'm very excited for that story. We got like a little hint of it in the second book, so I am looking forward to continuing that series. Paisley Hope has another series. I think it's a like motorcycle club series that I am very interested in checking out at some point. But obviously I want to get caught up on the series of hers that I am actively reading before I start another one. Another new release that is coming out in May is When We Break by Kristen Proby. This is the second book in her Blackwells of Montana series, which is a spin-off of another one of her series that I really enjoyed. And I was going to be very dramatic and be like, I'm so upset. I'm a little bit bummed that she's not bringing this series out in coordinating covers with the Wilds of Montana series, because those covers were so beautiful. And for this series, the Blackwells, they were rival families in the first series, so it's like a whole thing. But she's only doing like model covers, which are fine, but I bought the discrete covers of the Wilds of Montana and I want them to like go together. So I don't know. She has made reference that like she might bring out alternate covers in the future. So I'm not currently buying this series. They are available on Kindle Unlimited. So that's how I read the first one in the series, and I did really like it. So I'm excited for book 2. Next up is a conclusion to a series that I absolutely love, and the title is Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. Actually, I think I saw an interview with her and she said it's Tomforde. I can't remember. This is book 5 in, what is the name of that series? I can name all the titles, but I can never remember. Is it the Windy City series? I think so. The first book is Mile High, and then it's The Right Move, and then it's Caught Up, and then it's Play With Me, I think. That might not be right. I can't remember. Play Along. I think it's Play Along. My favorite in the series is Caught Up, but this book, Rewind It Back, we have seen this character since literally book 1, and he has just been like the jokester of the group, and he like flirts with all the other guys' girlfriends that they end up getting with. It's very cute, and I'm really excited for his story. His name is Rio. So I'm excited for that. I have already pre-ordered, I pre-ordered 2 copies of this book because the series was picked up by a traditional publisher, which is amazing for the author, of course. But she's already brought 4 books out in the series with the indie covers. So she, thankfully, like, shout out to this author, she made sure that we would be able to get the matching. I'm not going to have enough of this color. Why isn't there enough white? I have to do both of these tires, and that's all that they gave me. I'll have to take a look at what's going on there. But so she wanted to make sure she could bring a cover out that would match the series that's already been out, which is great. But they're also releasing the new series cover. So the rest of the series hasn't been traditionally published yet, but they're releasing the traditional published version of this book first, and then later this year the other ones will start coming out. So it's like, if you want to have a matching set with the sprayed edges for the newer version, you had to pre-order both covers. So did I do that? Yes. Am I regretting it? Probably. Might be when it's actually released, but as of right now, no, I'm excited. So we'll see how that shakes out for me. Oh gosh. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. There was I just remembered, there was a supplement pack with this calendar, and it said February and May, so they must have realized that they didn't give enough of this white color, so. All right, so I am very excited for that 5th book. I'll be able to end a series, and I've really enjoyed most of the books in that series. The first one wasn't my favorite, just because I didn't really like the female character. She was very, like, woe is me. You know, well, you know what I mean? Like, she didn't like anything about herself, and I don't know. I didn't love that, but the rest of the series, phenomenal. Caught Up, the 3rd book, is my absolute favorite. That was a 5-star. So yeah, I'm excited for Rewind It Back. Next up, another new release is Filthy Rich Fae, Fallen Court. So the series is Filthy Rich Fae, and book 2 is Filthy Rich Fae, Fallen Court. I have read the Filthy Rich Vampire series by this author, who is Geneva Lee, and I read book 1 in the Filthy Rich Fae series, which was just Filthy Rich Fae, if that makes sense. I really enjoyed both of those series. They kind of tie into each other, and I've been waiting for book 2 of this series for quite a while. I binged all of Filthy Rich Vampire. I think there's 4 of them. And then immediately after that, I started the Filthy Rich Fae series. And I did that, I want to say, like the fall of last year. So I have been waiting quite a while for book 2. And I'm very excited that it's coming out in May. I have already pre-ordered it because, of course, I wanted the matching sprayed edges for the first book that I have. Because why wouldn't I? Also, Steven is out mowing the lawn, so if you hear that, it was like 83 degrees today, so he came home from work and decided to mow for the first time this season, which I have mixed feelings about because everybody's been doing their yard work, and the pollen, yikes. The pollen is crazy right now. Okay, so that is it for new releases, I think. I think everything else is... Oh, no. Wait, is it? Yeah, I think that's it for new releases. Everything else either comes out right at the end of this month, or there are other books from earlier in time that I would like to read. So the next 2 books are the start of a series. I think one of them... Oh no, I didn't have that one on my April TBR. So Viciously Yours by Jamie Applegate Hunter. I hauled that in a monthly book haul a couple of months ago, and it was like an impulse buy because I saw an Instagram reel that was, you know, freaking out about the book and thought it was so great. So I bought it, and then when I realized that book 2 was coming out so soon, I decided not to read it until book 2 came out. So I didn't have that like book hangover waiting for book 2. And I have seen that the author has already kind of like loosely scheduled the rest of the series. I think it's a 5-book series, and I think 2 of them will come out this year, and then the final one comes out at the beginning of 2026. So I'm going to read both, and then I will just have to hang on, and hopefully I love them, and I will pick up book 3 whenever that comes out. So Viciously Yours and Obsessively Yours is the second book. That comes out, I want to say it comes out like April 30th. It comes out right at the end of the month, and I just knew I wasn't going to have a chance to read that in April, so I pushed it to next month. Another book that comes out, I think, right at the end of April. This one was actually on my April TBR. I just know I'm not going to be able to get to it. Is Taming the Heart by Elliot Rose. This is book 3 in her... I don't know the name of the series. I can't remember. But they're all like age gap romances. The first book I really liked. The second book I didn't like as much, and I talked about both of those in a recent video. Probably last month's books that I read video. I am looking forward to book 3, although I went to pull it up on Amazon to like add it to my cart so I could buy it on release day. I don't pre-order all of my books. I only pre-order if they're like special editions, so if they have sprayed edges or anything like that. I don't pre-order everything. I often wait until the end of the month and I place like a bigger book order. That just works out better for me financially. But if it's something I really know that I want, I will pre-order it. But I didn't feel the need to pre-order this one because it is on Kindle Unlimited. But I didn't realize that while the Kindle version comes out at the end of April, the paperback doesn't come out until July. So apparently this author was also picked up by a traditional publisher, which is fantastic for them. And they decided to go ahead with the release of the ebook, but the physical copy won't be out until July. So that's a book I don't have to worry about buying right now, which is nice. I think this one, the female character is the best friend of one of the girls from the first or second book. I can't quite remember. I think it's the first book. And then I believe the male main character is going through a divorce. So we'll see. This series is definitely like taboo, age gap, romance type of thing. So if that's not your style, totally get it. I will say the first two were very spicy. So I don't usually speak to like spice levels when I'm doing my TBR because obviously I haven't read the books yet, so I don't know for sure. But I have a feeling that this book will be spicy just based off of the first two books in the series. Next up is a book that came out, I think at the beginning of April. It is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I have read almost everything that Abby Jimenez has written, and I really do enjoy her books. I decided not to pick up a physical copy on release because it was releasing in hardback only, and I don't need hardbacks. One of my biggest like book pet peeves is when romance books come out in hardcover, like only hardcover. They do that now with Emily Henry. I hope that's not what they're starting to do with Abby Jimenez, but it probably is. I don't mind like a fantasy book in a hardcover. It's not my preferred. I definitely prefer paperbacks just based on my bookshelves and stuff. But her book came out in only hardcover, so I didn't buy it. I don't know that they've released a date yet for when the paperback will come out, but I will probably pick that up then. However, I do have the audiobook for this one. So I have a couple of audiobook services. One of my favorites is Everend, and you can unlock like 3 premium books a month for your subscription price, which I think is $14.99. Which is better than Audible because for Audible you're paying $14.99 and you're only getting 1 unlock. So it is a bit better. And I used one of my April unlocks for that title. So I have the audiobook and that is how I will listen to it. A book that I think this was on my April TBR. It's Story of My Life by Lucy Score. Funny because it has a cover of a bike, or on the cover is a bike. So I remember saying in my April TBR video that it was just giving me spring vibes, which is still true. And hopefully I will pick that one up. That one is available on Kindle Unlimited, if I'm not mistaken. I do also have the audiobook for that one. I can't remember if I said that. I think I also used an Everend unlock for that as well. A couple of more books that were on my April TBR are Deceit, Descent, and Demise by Caitlin Taylor. I just didn't get to them. I was in a little bit of a book slump in April, and then I've been busy at work, which I'll talk about in my whip and chat or kitten chat this week. But I haven't been able to listen to my audiobooks as much. And then on top of that, the Karen Reed trial started. So I've been listening to live court when I can at work instead of audiobooks. So something had to give, and that was a series that I decided not to pick up. But I still really want to read it. I see it on my Kindle like every time I click in there, and it's definitely calling to me. I do want to listen to it. I have the audiobooks for those as well because they were on sale for like $4.99 at one point. So I did end up picking those up. And then finally, I have another series that I want to start. I don't remember the name of it. Let me see if I can click in there. Amazon. What is the name? Is it Runaway Ranch? Yeah, Runaway Ranch series by Ava Hunter. There are 3 books that are out right now. I own 2 of them. And the 2 that I own are Tame the Heart and Rope the Moon. And then the newest release is Burn the Wild. So I've heard really good things about this series. And I believe it's a cowboy romance just based off of, all right, sorry about that abrupt pause there. Steven was calling me and he had been out mowing, so I wanted to make sure that he was okay. He's also on the phone right now. We're looking to get our front stoop, like our front steps, redone, so he's on the phone if you can hear him. But I was talking about the Runaway Ranch series by Ava Hunter. So Tame the Heart I own, Rope the Moon I own, and I don't have a copy of Burn the Wild yet, so I might pick that up in my little end of April book haul. I do have it in my cart on Amazon. However, there is this weekend, it might actually be the day that I'm posting this video, is like indie bookstore day. So I was thinking about trying to find an indie bookstore that I can order online from, and I can hopefully pick up a couple of the books that I have on my list for the end of April, but we'll see. I'll do my research and I'll see what I can come up with. But I've heard really, really good things about this series. It is cowboy romance, I believe, based on the covers, and obviously it's called the Runaway Ranch series. I don't know anything about the actual books. I've heard that people really like them, but I don't know like what the stories are about or what the tropes are for the individual books. So I can't give you guys any information because I haven't read them, but I like the covers, and yeah, I'm excited to pick those ones up. I don't own the audiobooks, and I can't remember if they're on Kindle Unlimited, but I need to physically read a physical book at some point. I did read one physical book this month. I do a lot on my Kindle, and like I've mentioned before, if I'm at work, I will listen to my audiobooks, but I own a lot of the books that I read, but I'm always kind of, I don't know, it's hard in the winter to do a physical book because by the time I'm sitting down to read, it's dark. So now that it stays out a little bit lighter, I will definitely be reading a bit more physically than I have been recently. Okay, we are almost done with this particular color, but that is it for my TBR. I think there were 15 books there, and another month of new releases that I'm very excited for. There are a couple of other new releases coming out in May that are just a bit more summery, so I'm going to hold those until like June or July. Unsurprisingly, probably to a lot of you, especially if you've been here for a while, you know that I'm very much a seasonal diamond painter. I'm also a seasonal reader. Like, I enjoy reading summer books in the summer and all that fun stuff. So let's do one more color together because I don't think I have very much of this brown. I think it's just going to be in the basket. So we'll do that together, and then I will go off camera to finish this calendar page, and then I'll come back and I will share it with you and all that fun stuff. So definitely let me know what you guys are reading in May or what you're hoping to read in May. Like I mentioned before, I will have the books that I read in April. I think that's going up. Trying to visualize my schedule. I don't know if I've actually solidified when that's going up. Let's see. Okay, I have that scheduled to go up on Tuesday, the 29th. So if you're interested to hear about the books that I read in April, I will share that then. I will say that when I talk about the books that I've read, I'm obviously able to give you guys a little bit more information because I've read them. So I can give you like basic plot and all that stuff. And I have had some requests to share if books are... Yeah?
Hi.
Hi.
Are you still live?
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry if I was really loud.
You weren't.
I talk loud on the phone.
You weren't.
And I walk around.
You do walk around.
Right.
What did he say?
He's coming. His brother had a stroke in October.
Oh, no.
That's why I didn't hear from him.
Oh, wow.
But
Oh, that's
he can
sad.
still fit me in this year.
Okay. So he's going to come look at it?
No, he's all set. He still has everything.
Oh, so he's just going to do it?
Yep.
But does he know when?
He said probably in the summer.
Oh, okay.
I was like, do it whenever you can, as long as it's not winter time.
Yeah.
Before winter.
Yeah. Okay.
Our front stoop is falling apart.
Yeah.
And it's over what is that called? It's like dry store. It's like a 1960s house thing.
Oh, in the basement, you mean?
And then they have like a little like closet off the basement foundation that the front stoop sits over.
Yeah.
It's like that's where they put like their vegetables.
It's where they're
and
like
stuff.
canned goods and stuff.
I forget what
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't remember the
that's
name.
gonna bug me.
Somebody will comment it, I'm sure.
I might barge in and say it.
I'm almost done.
All right, bye guys.
I did have some requests on my books that I read video if I could provide like not a scale. I don't know how I'm not good at scales, but if I could just let you guys know if books are, you know, like open door scenes, like are they spicy? Are they very, very spicy? Are they like moderately? So I will definitely be sure to include that in my April books read video, which will be coming on Tuesday. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the calendar page, and then I will come back to show you the end result and to wrap up the video. Okay, I have finished our little bike. This one actually did not take as long as some of the other pages. I would say maybe this took me like a half hour since I stopped filming. So I think the first part of this video was like 20 something minutes, so less than an hour I was able to finish this one. I will say there were a couple of more areas where I was able to actually use a multi-placer with some of the straight lines, which was nice. But yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I love the colors for this one, and I just like all the little clip art in the background. I think it's a very cute image. So here is our April page. Shout out to everybody who has an April birthday. I hope that you all had a great month. And if you have a birthday in May, please make sure that you leave a comment down below so I can add you to the May calendar for birthday shout outs. I try to do them on or immediately around your birthday. Sometimes I do get a little bit behind, but I do always try to make a point to give a birthday shout out in a video somewhat close to your birthday. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you have read any of the books that I have on my May TBR. I'm pretty excited. I hope I can get through some books because, like I briefly mentioned before, I am following the Karen Reed trial, so that is what I am listening to at work right now. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get through the books that I have picked for my TBR. And once again, if you're interested to hear what I read in April, that book will be up. That video will be up at some point next week. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!